You know that Crump guy, right? The lawyer,
Crump?
the black
Oh,
lawyer.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Crump. His last name, I can't remember his first name, but he's like the
Ben
guy
Crump.
that he's the George Floyd brother guy, and he'll be there. He kind of is the new version of what Reverend Al was. He just shows up whenever there's this perceived injustice in the black community, and it's usually a cop shot a black guy or whatever, some type of racial injustice.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. Ben
so
Crump.
not many things.
He
What's
always
that?
looks wet. He always looks wet. Ben
Yes,
Crump.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they've misted him with, you know, maybe people are trying to chase him away like a cat on the counter, and they just
Yeah.
spray him with a spray bottle. There hasn't really been many of these cases for him to jump on, and his latest foray into the racial injustice arena has been that Snoop Dogg put out a cereal, and the stores aren't putting it front and center in the cereal aisle. And I'm like,
God.
oh, this poor bastard. He doesn't have like a Trayvon or a George Floyd thing to go after. So he's trying to bring racism into Snoop trying to sell Froot Loops is what it is, by the way.
Oh, no, I can't even. I have to pay for the
Oh,
Washington
you got to
Post.
pay for it. Screw that. I
You know
hate
what it
those
is?
guys.
A big part of it is that Black people do not wake up typically early enough to have breakfast or cereal. A lot of times, when people work in areas where they have to maybe deal with people in certain areas, they'll go
Right.
very early in the morning as to avoid, because they know they don't really wake up till a certain hour. So I think it's not really a cereal issue, but a waking up time issue.
Well, maybe you should bring that up to the lawyer guy, Crump, there, and that'll explain it to him. Like people just don't get up early enough. This is so funny, too, because Post puts the cereal out, and it's literally Froot Loops. It's just, they don't, you know what it
Snoop
takes to
cereal.
come up with a new cereal? The money involved, the research and development, the testing, the sessions with groups of people that taste test it. The FDA has to go through testing. So they don't come up with a new cereal. They take Froot Loops, Fruity Hoops, Z with a Z. They really got to black it up. And then they'll add in like marshmallows that are in Lucky Charms or something. And then they throw it all together, and that's the new cereal. So it's cultural appropriation. It's
Oh, for
cultural
sure.
appropriation of a cereal, a follow your nose toucan, and a little Irish guy that is always after me, Lucky Charms. So they're ripping it off right there.
Yeah, this looks like a Blue's Clues knockoff. First of all, why is this dog not wearing several gold chains? And just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
process you described for getting a cereal put to market sounds just way more than they even did for the COVID vaccine. Like they spent
Yes,
far more
exactly.
time. Yikes.
And it's as you see, they wanted to black it up a little bit, but not enough where it scares the consumers. So the Fruity Hoops with the Z, that's definitely a tell. And the fact that the blue dog is wearing a basketball jersey, that's another thing
You
that's
know what this
supposed to
cereal should come with, Anthony? Like free paternity test in every box.
send in 5 box tops.
Yes,
And you get
box tops. And we'll tell you who your dad is and where to find him. Yes,
9-volt smoke detector battery included.
Yeah. BPOs.
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 Shaped like little smoke detectors.
Oh my God, not honeycombs, but like, yeah, honey beeps or something.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, it's an alarm for your taste buds. Yes, a free gun inside.
Oh, yeah.
This could have been so much funnier. Yeah,
On the back,
why not
there's
just say
games you
Cocoa
could-
Puffs?
Cocoa Puffs would have been perfect. Yeah. Cocoa Puff Daddies for P. Diddy. On the back, there's games you could play, like a little maze where you have to find your dad, but it's, it's impossible.
Holy shit. Or yeah, like find it's like a Where's Waldo, except it's an airport and you have to find a weave that was torn off from a fight. And then
Yeah.
you gotta find
Oh
circle your
my god.
baby, like, in a shoe store, and it's just people fighting. Oh my god, I really wanna get somebody to draw this. This is amazing. They could do a whole
Oh,
Here's
absolutely.
Waldo.
It's so and it I mean, I Snoop lost any street cred he had years ago. I think when he first hooked up with Martha Stewart years ago, and then he got into the whole thing with hot. I like my hot pocket. That's a good food. A hot
He
pocket.
collabed with Hot
Yeah,
Pockets?
he was doing like commercials with Hot Pockets, and now it's like Snoop Cereal. You gotta
Oh
get. It's like
god.
this isn't quite the fucking Crip murdering, drug dealing gun guy that we remember from years ago, and the fact that his whole "I will fight racial inequity by suing Post Cereal over placement and Walmart over placement of cereal." First of all, here's another thing most people don't know about cereal. Vladimir Putin probably knows it, but most people don't know. It is one of the most competitive food sales competitions that these companies have. Placement at eye level in a supermarket is paramount for cereals. When you see cornflakes are front and center, it's because they pay the fucking store to put their
Right.
product front and center, eye level.
Right, even
So
the products that are on the corner of each aisle, there's a certain word for it, but, like, you
yeah,
get
yeah,
paid
the
extra
the
for
end
that.
cap or
The end
whatever they
cap.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they call them
Or
like
maybe they could do it for Snoop Cereal, they'll just call it the end cap.
the end cap.
Like,
Oh,
here's our end cap, so
Jesus
you can buy a
Christ.
do-rag, a Snoop cereal, cocoa butter, it's all here.
It's all in one section. I think that's an aisle N. Yeah, but they're numbered. Yeah, but it's aisle N.
It's end. It just
Oh my god. Yeah,
uh,
so to say that they're putting it in the back or not putting it front and center in the cereal aisle because they're racist, like they're either white greedy businessmen that are trying to squeeze money out of everybody regardless of race or whatever, or they're horrible racists who will like not care about money they're losing just to be racist. They'll take something that's really selling well and put it in the back because black people. The truth of the matter is that this cereal either wasn't selling, so they put it in the back, or people are just coming in and stealing it. Maybe they would
it's a
see like
it's
Snoop
a
cereal and they want a
novelty
box to
cereal.
put, a display, and they're stealing it. So for two reasons, you're kind of hiding Snoop cereal. I don't think it's out of racism though.
Yeah, you're not really, marketing your product to people who are real big on paying for shit, so
Right?
so
Real
sorry
big
if
on.
they're just it's a novelty cereal. It's like when I went back in October, I went with, April Imholt, she picked me up from the airport. She's like, "I know this is weird, but do you wanna go to the George Floyd Memorial?" And I was like, "Yes, I thought you'd never ask."
Oh
We went
my
straight
God.
there. We went into the deli. It used to be called Cup Foods. They changed the name to Unity Foods, but we went in and we were like,
Of
"We have
course.
to buy, like, we're here, we have to buy." So we went in and bought these, like, weird, wrapper chips, like, there's this brand of, like you can buy, like, Migos flavored chips, like, Snoop Dogg chips there, and
Right.
even me describing this, I couldn't sound whiter, but, like, Cardi B flavor, like, pussy chips or whatever, and we just
God.
bought a bunch, and I bought a grape soda, and she bought, like, a pineapple soda, and we there are a few other,
Oh
I guess,
my
like,
God.
concerned, quiet white people outside, and the George Floyd Memorial is disgusting. It's unkempt.
Oh yeah.
It's like a garage sale that's been rained on for 6 months. Everything is sun-drenched. Nothing is covered, nothing is winterized. It's, like, very sad and everything's melting and smells, and it turned
Oh
into this thing where if
God.
anybody knows any black person that died, they get to hang up a photo of them. It's like a free for all
Oh,
for
okay.
anyone who's died, and they kind
What
of
about
lost the focus.
T-shirts? Did you get a George Floyd T-shirt?
They And here's what they're sleeping on is this George Floyd merch. We each bought a hat that says "I can't breathe," but I would have bought a fucking t-shirt. I would have bought like a shirt with a knee on a neck. We were there. We were like, "Hey, when in Rome," and we found another sympathetic white outside to take a picture of us in front of it, like posing with our grape sodas, and it
Yeah,
was a blast.
you wanted to get your phone back is why you chose the white birds.
Yeah, no, so sorry if people aren't yeah, let me buy Snoop Dogg cereal for my child, when there's plenty of other radioactive, full of chemical like, go get Lucky Charms.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
already
we'll just
exists.
get Lucky Charms. I don't care. Yeah, so that's it's kind of you got to assume that the racial kind of inequity and the violence against black people is getting better if they're suing about cereal placement, you know, if that's
Absolutely.
the big thing now.
Luis Cuevas, thank you for the super chat. Don't forget, he changed his name to Snoop Lion. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, that didn't really take off like P. Diddy did when he changed from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy. Snoop Lion, no one calls him Snoop Lion. It's the dog part that's the cool part. Like, hey
Right,
dog, no one goes, hey lion. So you go like, oh, it's Snoop Dogg. Yeah, it doesn't work with Snoop Lion.
and because it's Snoopy is a dog.
Yeah,
Snoopy is
yeah,
not a
and Snoopy's a
lion.
dog, so that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you,
I
Louis.
can't begin to explain what goes on in that community.
Just stick to the same name. Oh, right, this was the issue, okay, the shelf space in any supermarket is worth millions, and it's very, very limited. Right, because
Yeah,
they're probably not paying for the prime locations.
of course. What do you think? That's why Goya beans, by the way, and Goya products are always at your feet in the supermarket. You ever notice where those bags of beans are and Goya products? They've owned the bottom shelf on at supermarkets. And it's like, of course, they're of a people that don't have much. So
Do you think it's
they're
because Hispanics are actually shorter, they're closer to the ground, they're
that
more
is
likely to
a
see the Goya
brilliant
products?
That is a brilliant kind of genetic look at race.
Like,
Yeah,
all the black-owned products should be right by the entrance, right by the door. Get
right.
in, get out, just
Get
grab
in.
it, run out, you know?
Holy shit. Oh, that's great. Yeah, yeah. Product placement based on race. I wonder if that's a thing. Should look
Wouldn't that
into
be
that.
great? Yeah, all the books, all the celery, all the vegetables, they're in the back, safely in
Yeah,
the back
yeah.
of the store.
Just put those in the back. Nobody's.